Good morning, my friends. Welcome to this episode of Healing Your Codependency. I'm Marshall Berkshire, and I'm your guide into stop fixing yourself and to start loving yourself so you can create a life that you enjoy. So today we're going to be talking about how we welcome our emotions with warmth and with care, and we're going to do a little practice with it. So I'm getting some application to the concept. You can take this into your daily life to help you experience a deeper, more warm and loving relationship with your emotional experiences, your emotional self, so that you can continue to expand and grow and heal. So before we jump into that, I'm going to get this shared out to the community here real quick on Facebook. If you're looking for additional guidance and support in your journey in healing your codependency, come join us. Community, the link is above on Facebook, below on YouTube. And if you're listening via podcast, it's on my front page at freetheself.com. So let's click here. Excuse me there. All right. It is shared out. It's good to be back with you guys after the big launch of the Essential Codependency Healing Trainings and Vegas with my daughter and national qualifiers, volleyball, and just life and everything that's going on. So today, it's about that emotions. It's about our emotions. It's about what's going on for us, what we feel, and how we respond or react to what we feel. So the majority of us have been through trauma. Our nervous systems have been hijacked by very intense experiences. We have been put into a guarded sense of reality. We are sensing and looking for threats. We have small capacity emotionally for that. And we've been shamed for having emotions. We have been attacked for having them. We have been belittled. We've had our emotions discarded, dismissed, devalued. And we have experienced the reality that our emotions aren't valued and they didn't matter to the people that we were connected with, people we loved, people that mattered to us. So that left us feeling invalidated, invisible, feeling unworthy, feeling wrong, broken, like something has to be fixed, feeling abnormal in our experience of having emotions about things. And when we take that and we put traumatizing experiences on that, we start to feel very, very crazy because we think our body's reactions to things are inherently wrong or a signal that there's something broken, wrong, or dysfunctional about ourselves. So we move into this big resistance towards our emotions. We try to analyze them, we try to deny them, we try to control them, we try to fix them, instead of actually connecting with them, hearing them, believing them, being with them, honoring and valuing them. Because, we weren't taught to do that. We were taught that we got to fix these things, we got to get rid of them. So let me know in the comments below if that's something you resonate with, if that's something you went through, because that's been my reality 100%. Let me know what emotion is one of the most challenging ones for you to experience. Because for me, and this would be paradoxical, it's not the negative emotions so much, not even shame or guilt or what people would, I say, classically term as negative emotions. I don't believe there's actual negative emotions. That's something I'm actually working through in my languaging. There's painful emotions, there's pleasurable emotions. And for a long time, the painful ones are the ones I denied. But lately, I've been exploring how much I've denied joy, again, in my world, or peace, or pleasure, or relaxation, or openness. Sometimes it's the pleasurable emotions that can be the real challenge there. So let me know what has been a challenge for you, what emotion has been a challenge for you to let yourself feel. I'll tell you right now, one of the ones that I'm having a challenge right now is kind of a sense of like, a little bit of shame for not speaking right or something. It's very interesting how this stuff shows up. So we go very, very kindly and very, very caringly with ourselves in our lives so that we can be there and be at present with ourselves. And that's really about warmth. So in my work, in my model, all emotions are intrinsically good. They're valuable. They have precious information and insight for us. While emotions may not necessarily be accurate to the situation at hand, it was crucial in my own healing, my own sanity creation, to understand that I can have an emotional reaction to something that is not necessarily directly correlated to what I've experienced, meaning I can feel really scared or angry or hurt or overwhelmed or confused or even feel betrayed about a thing that's I've experienced, and that thing may not in fact be the thing that betrayed me. It may not be the thing that's scary. It may not be the thing that is actually what I'm reacting to. That's what triggers our massive activations are, being emotionally hijacked. It's we have something happen to us, or something happens in our world, and we experience it, and the body interprets it a certain way, and that interpretation brings up these big emotions, because the body at some level is perceiving a threat, whether real or imagined. It's there, and so we want to treat our emotions with that intrinsic legitimacy that they carry. They're real and valid for a reason, but they may not necessarily be relevant or accurate to the situation at hand. When I can discern my reactions from reality and go, does this reaction correlate with the actual experience I'm having? Or does it correlate with a past experience and it looks like something here kind of touched on it? That helps me understand my emotional states and my emotional triggers so I can care for them. And that brings us to that position of warmth towards our emotions. Warmth is not something that's going to be comfortable. It's not something that's going to make sense. It's not something we're probably going to feel like we're even doing well at first. But warmth really is this welcoming. It's like, here, I see you. You matter to me emotion. So earlier this week, I had every time I do a promotion, someone on the internet doesn't like what I do, and they attack me for it. And this is not a student, and I put that clause in there because, well, I understand that it's really easy to but did I do that? Because we may not have a full contact with our own behavior. It's just some person that found my work, didn't like it, and let me know. And that brings up a lot of pain for me sometimes. This time, it brought up a lot of anger, a lot of hurt. Like, why am I being attacked for doing my work, right? And so I brought a lot of care and warmth into this part. I'm still working. I was working with it today. I'm working with it right now, actually. In that he needs to know that it's okay to be angry about being attacked that way. That's what he needs right now. So that's what I'm giving him. And that's the warmth of it. I'm not fixing him. I'm not reasoning with him. This is not an intellectual exercise. This is an emotional exercise of I'm here with you. I'm providing the space here. You can do what you need. I'm listening. I'm feeling. I'm connecting with it. And I let myself move in and out of this experience of being in the emotion and then observing the emotion. As I call it, following. It's this chance to move into I'm really here with me in this and this, what I went through and what I felt. And I can see this 12-year-old and this 8-year-old and this 14-year-old in me that had a lot of blame put on him, a lot of accusations put against him, a lot of smear campaigns used to control him. And he is angry about that. He's angry about being made responsible for things he didn't do, and angry about being accused of things he didn't do. So I'm just giving him a lot of space. And those feelings matter. That anger matters. That hurt matters to me. See, that's the warmth of it. There's no judgment about the emotion. There's no judgment about the perspective and the experience this part of me has had. I'm just bringing it home. It's like, here, I love you. I love you. I protect you. And I am loyal to you. I'm not going anywhere. The other trick here with warmth is there's no driving factor to fix or change this so I can get from where I'm at to some other place. A lot of times in healing modalities and healing work, we're healing so we can get to ABC. Like, I'm going to heal my shame so I can make more money or have the relationship I want or blah, blah, blah. That's a transactional experience that I've personally learned actually betrays me. It teaches me not to trust myself because, well, why am I going to fix this? Is it to get something, or is it because I actually care about me? So I actually care about my lived experience. We are immersed in transactionalism. It's an ideology that has corrupted our relationships. It's corrupted our cultures, our livelihoods, because everything is commoditized and we're doing A to get to B rather than just, hey, I need to care for myself. What I've gone through hurt. What I've gone through reminded me of deep hurts. In fact, the email was really an irrelevant thing in my experience, because as I care for and meet myself in this space, he's like, it's not them. It's that I was just so betrayed and so harmed, and I couldn't escape it. I depended on these people for my livelihood, for my survival, because they were the parents, they were the culture. There was nowhere to go. It's the only place I had any semblance of connection, friendship, or belonging. So the people who were supposed to be my protectors were the aggressors. There was no escape. And that's his big wrestle, is how do I do this? And so I'm just being with him as he wrestles with this. I'm not giving him answers. I'm being with him in his experience of like how hard it is, how hard it was then, and how hard it can be to face that and just being with that. This is what warmth is about. We become this big safe space for ourselves. I bring in, care for it, love it gently. Now, sometimes we need that with others too. A lot of times we do. We need to know that our pain, our feelings, our emotions mean something to someone else too. So I choose safe people to share that with, and I share it with them. I let it be seen and known with them. I'm not putting it on them. I'm like, oh, I'm so angry. And it's more like, I'm really feeling it. It's really right here. And I describe the sensations and I describe the experience. I might cry. I might be like, hey, can I shout a little at the wall while you hold space? And then they say, sure. And then I'll shout at the wall. The reason I ask consent there is because, expressions of anger can feel unsafe. So I want to make sure they're safe too. I want to make sure I feel safe with the expression too. That kind of thing. So I go very gently with ourselves. This is that gentleness, this care that we deserve in our emotions. So no judgment, no condemnation, but simply a reception. It's like, you're here and you matter to me, and I'm grateful you're here. Because you're helping me understand what I need. You're helping me understand what I've gone through. And now I can help both of us get more of what we're looking for. Camille shares, why would anyone not like your work? Well, when you call out narcissistic things, or you call out abuse, you call out the relational BS out there in the world, you're going to get some pushback. So it's that. I tend to look at those kinds of things as an expression of someone's unresolved pain, and they need care there. But first, me. I always need. If I'm affected that way by it, I care for me first. I come first in the order of operations there. So there's warmth. This practice is really, hey, I see you, I accept you, I love you. And then it's this felt sense experience of space with it. And I like to see it like a warm yellow bubble. Like there's this warmth, the warm yellow sunshine, just surrounding and holding that part of me and those emotions and those experiences with a softness and a warm smile and a kindness there. That's how I experience this envelopment of care. There's nothing to do. I have no agenda for what that part needs to be. He will lead me. He will guide me in what will happen there. I'll let it be. This is how we start to... This is the practice of warmth towards ourselves. This is what starts to build deep healing for us. When we put this into a relational concept, a relational experience, it would be, hey, person shares their pain about something that happened to them. Maybe person A comes to me and says, Marshall, you did a thing and it hurt me. I felt hurt by it. I felt confused by it, and I'm really scared. Or they come to me like, I don't understand why you did this. I'm really scared. I'm confused. Then I bring it in. It's like, I see that's impacted you, and I hold space with you there. I hold space and care for this pain. I bring that in. Now maybe I'm having a reaction to it too. Like maybe I'm having shame. Maybe I'm like, oh, I've done something wrong, or did I? And I'll be like, I bring that into you. I'm like, oh, I see you're feeling pain too. Now, I'm going to hold space with myself too. It's like, we're both in pain about this experience. We're both in pain about what has happened and both what we needed in that space and didn't get. Maybe I needed to feel like I was understood. And maybe they needed to feel like they were safe. And now we can bring it together. See, this warmth towards our emotional experiences helps us build warmth towards other people's emotional experiences. So that we both can be witnessed, especially if we're in relationship. So there's a lot of dynamics, power in this for healing. But it always in my work, it starts with you first. You are in first position so you can understand and care for you first. Always. Okay? So check the comments here. Camille says, I guess that's true. I'm going through something similar right now. Coincidentally, this is a topic for you this morning. Thank you. As always, you're welcome, Camille. Yeah, it's going to happen. We're going to collide with people. People are going to collide with us. The way we are may bring up pain or feelings for others. Sometimes just what we do upsets others. It doesn't mean it's wrong. That's one thing here. Is just because someone's upset at something I do does not make the thing I did wrong. But I can first care for myself and then, make space for their pain too. Especially if this is an active relationship I have with someone. I do have my boundaries around that depending on what my capacity is and what feels safest for me as well. So it's not a universal thing I apply. It's just like, well, I don't feel safe with this person. I'm not going to go there right now. I'm going to need to do some other things and see if that's even an option. So like with that particular random person, that's not something I'm going to engage with because my experience is it goes south every time. So it's just, and my body doesn't want to. My body wants to care for me right now. So guys, we have the right to our boundaries. We have the right to care for our emotions, and we do not have to fix anything. We have the right to do things the way that work for us, and it's okay if other people are upset with it because it doesn't make it right or wrong. It does not give an opportunity at times to build bridges or to understand what you do not want to do in that space. So that's the work on the emotional front. So let me know your thoughts below. Let me know, again, what emotion can be the biggest challenge for you to feel, and then practice a bit of that. If you want a tool that can assist in this, I recommend the Pause, Acknowledge, and Observe tool in the library at freetheself.com. You just go Resources, Library. You can put in Pause, Acknowledge, Observe. It'll bring it right up for you. So go gently with yourselves, my friends. I will see you in our next episode. Have a safe day. Bye-bye.